We have a brand new year coming, and that can be a year of transformation, or maybe it's just another same old year. I think for every one of us, this is going to be a very difficult year, filled with at least one major challenge. For the next 10 months, we are going to be bombarded by every facet of media about the election. We have to pay attention to these things as citizens. But the campaigning process in our political arena is actually quite horrible. It's based on belittling and calling out others, embarrassing, finding dirt. There's so little based on finding the solutions we need to the problems that we have as a society. And quite frankly, the results of the election, as long as our system still works the way our system works, isn't going to see a whole lot of change. Change in the way this country does business and legislates comes from a consciousness shift, not from an election. It takes a lot of elections and a lot of consciousness shift to make the so needed changes, not only in this country, but every country on this planet. And we have to endure all that. We have to listen to 10 months of worry, fear, and hate. And that's what we're going to be bombarded with. Is everybody, I believe that this nation, by the end of this coming year, will not be so divided since the Civil War. And we can be part of that division, folks, or we can transcend that drama. We can transcend that worry. We can transcend that fear. I wish I could fix it, but I can't for a myriad of reasons. But one of those reasons is it's not my job. But I have a very, very important job. And that job is to remind every one of us in this room every week that we do have the power to transcend the crap, to transcend the worry and the fear and the hatred. Every one of us has the power to let go of the worry that we all have in us, every one of us. We have the power to transcend and release the hatred that every one of us has in us, and we all do. And we have the power to transcend the fear that all of us have within us, and we do. We're going to do this burning bowl ritual. And I started talking about some things a few weeks ago, like this flow of abundance, the flow of kindness, the flow of compassion and love that comes from Spirit, that comes from the universe, that flows through us. And I ask us to think about what blocks that. What are those beliefs or habits or fears that block that flow? think maybe one of the biggest blocks that every single one of us has is the way we think about ourselves. So this morning, when you take that little piece of paper and you write down what you want to let go of your life, let go, burn it up, release it, give yourself some space to grow, some energy to grow. Stop blocking the flow of the divine through you. Consider your self-opinion. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough confidence. I'm not really very good with other people. You are a divine creation, and you're in this life for a purpose. And you're just as strong and just as smart and just as capable as any human being that has ever breathed air. And think about all the areas in your life that you have less than feelings. Well, I'd like to help, but I don't know if I can. I'd like to give more money, but I don't have much money. Maybe in your goal for the year on the big piece of paper, maybe you'll write down, I'm going to give more. I'm going to give it away. I'm going to give my love and my compassion and my service and my time and my talent and my caring and my money. I'm just going to give away more money. And I'm not suggesting to Church of the Oak. That's not the point here. The point is all about you. As you give, as you let this abundance of whatever it is flow through you, your consciousness changes. And that affects Debbie and me and Marjorie. And it affects everybody. When our consciousness shifts, each one of us, it affects the consciousness in this room. It affects the consciousness in this community. And it affects the consciousness of the citizens of this country. We've got a long way to go, folks. But if every one of us takes one small step of transformation this year, we might be quite surprised what comes about. And if it maybe doesn't affect the country in an earth-shattering way, I'll bet it has some positive effect on your life and on mine. So Debbie's going to play for us. And we're going to take some time, and I suggest you give a little preponderance to what you write on this small piece of paper that you burn up. Begin with, what about you? How do you think about you? You want to let go any of those negative thoughts, negative opinions? And then bring it up here and burn it up. And once it's gone and you've released it from your life, you'll have room to grow. You'll have energy and ambition and enthusiasm to grow. Then write yourself a little letter and put it in the envelope and put your address on it. And in that big box in the back, when you leave today, drop it in there. And we'll send it to you in July. And we'll see how you're doing. And that'll be just like my job, to remind you, yes, you have the wherewithal to enrich your own life. Yes, you have the wherewithal to enrich the lives of those people around you. Yes, you have the ability to elevate your consciousness. And that, my folks, is our purpose. and so it is.